Hey y'all, welcome to NatAndGrace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. I am going to do a blackout reading because we are still having uploading issues. I don't know if I mentioned that on YouTube. I may have just mentioned it in personals, but we're still having uploading issues. So we'll see what's happening or how this reading goes, if it uploads, y'all. But thank you for your support. I appreciate y'all still booking. I'll put a link to the booking site in the description. Let's see what's going on. I heard finances, something like that. That's a really big factor here. Let's start with, I heard Virgo, but I want to do Aquarius. You know, Virgo is significant in your life. Virgo season may be significant in your life. Aquarius, let's see what's happening. Ooh, definitely looks like you're shining, you're shining, you're shining. This looks bomb. So it's coming across to me as if you are moving into a space to where you are attracting everything that you want. Okay? Attracting everything that you want, but it feels like you're rejecting all of it. Like, what the fuck, Aquarius? Y'all are rejecting everything that you want. That's wild. Because it's coming across to me as if you aren't seeing eye to eye with someone or people around you. And so you kind of are in a space where you want to pull out of everything, pull away from everything, and kind of self reflect. Self reflect until you can figure out where you want to go, where you want to be, who you want to talk to, what connections you would like to maintain, you know? Feels like a big factor. As over the next like week or so, it feels like you're going to start to really reset yourself, reset things in your life, reset everything that's going on, because the relationships that are closest to you are starting to make you really nervous or really uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort in these connections. But to me, it feels like it's because you don't know what they want. What is their intent? What is the outcome of this? What is the purpose of this? What is the driving force behind this? That's what I'm seeing. I see a lot of confusion as far as why something is taking place, how something is going to take place, what is the outcome going to be of whatever the circumstance is. What is the purpose? What is your purpose? Something like that feels like a really big factor. Because it's coming across to me as if someone is confused about what they should be doing. Their spirit is kind of in a space to where it was guiding them for a while, but it stopped guiding them because they weren't listening. So now spirit is kind of coming in like, hey, I already told you what I needed to say. I already got the message off, whatever. So let's listen now, just listen to what I already said. But somebody, again, still hasn't done the self reflection to listen to their inner self, their highest self. And that's what's going to take place over the next week or so. But it seems to me as if that energy is going to bring in major change in a very positive way. It's just going to make someone feel like, again, they're starting from scratch, like they don't have shit. Or, again, they're getting rid of all of their belongings, getting rid of all of their assets. Definitely could be someone who's having like a garage sale or selling a lot of their old things, getting rid of an old way of thinking, getting, you know what I mean, shifting their paradigm into making system upgrades psychologically. You get what I'm saying? Intellectually upgrading themselves. This is bomb. So and also managing higher frequency relationships. So you may feel as if you're shedding your old coat, shedding an old skin, and it may be a little uncomfortable. It may be very painful or confusing, but you're about to get the clarity as far as why your relationships have been managed the way they have over the past 5 to 12 months, or excuse me, 5 months, 5 to 13 months, excuse me. Because it seems to me as if you have felt alone or felt unheard or feel as if you've been left by yourself in some type of way, abandoned or forgotten about, or, you know, kind of like, damn, like, is God listening to me? Like, I've been praying. Are you listening? Like, you know what I mean? Universe, I've been telling you what I'm trying to manifest. Like, when you gonna bring this in? Did you hear me? What do I need to do? Like, it feels like that's the energy that's been here, and somebody's about to get the clarity as far as why the delays have been here, and also why how big of this blessing is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like somebody ordered something, say for instance, and yeah, it's like, okay, well, it's gonna take us 3 weeks to ship it, and it's like, why is it gonna take you 3 weeks? But it's because it's a heavy low item. You know what I mean? It feels like something that's coming in bulk, or something that's very large, something that weighs a lot, something that's very heavy. You know what I mean? Big. It just feels big. And it's like, I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I had to take my time with this. Like, I had to take my time with this. Because somebody may have thought they ordered just like a little toy boat, but it feels like they got one of those big, like, or handmade wooden boats. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just well crafted, and just, there's so much love, heart, and dedication, blood, sweat, and tears that has gone into this item, instead of just allowing, you feel me, putting a couple pieces of plastic together and receiving that. It's like somebody took their time out to craft this just for you. You know what I mean? And it feels like they have all of the splinters and you know, calluses and just, man, they have all of the bruises to show that they made this by hand, that they crafted this by hand. And you can see this. You can see this. You can see this. So it's coming across to me as if there's going to be a lot of fun in your future if you allow it, because it seems like you're going to try to remain humble, try to remain responsible, try to remain, you know, like unnoticed in this circumstance, but it looks like it's time to turn up. Like, and I don't mean that as far as like overindulging in alcohol or whatever. You take it how that resonates for you. I just mean spiritually. Like, it's time to turn the fuck up spiritually. And it feels like this is going to be one of your this is going to be one of those moments to where you realize how powerful you are spiritually, how strong your manifestation skills are. Okay. And at that point, it feels like that's when you crank this notch up and you're like, I'm fucking turned. This shit turned. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is lit. Like, whatever is going on here, like, you're really going to start to embrace the fact that you are spiritually powerful, or you are the reason you're manifesting abundance into your life, you know, along with your deity, the Most High. So it really feels like somebody who's starting to understand free will, who's starting to understand that they are the co-creator of their reality, who's starting to understand how to maneuver through the simulation. You get what I'm saying? And they are really about to start to use this wand like fucking Matilda. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like that, you know, in the beginning of the movie where her parents had went off to work or wherever the hell they was going, and like she made the pancakes and she was opening the curtains with her fingers and shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is somebody is turned, they in the living room doing a little dance and, you know, making stuff dance with their fingers. Like, they're magical. This is magical. But it's magical because somebody is deciding to align themselves again with the Most High and their highest self. So they're reaping the rewards from that, from continuously walking in this path of love, especially self-love. This is self-empowerment, self-empowerment. Somebody may be gaining a lot of muscle mass. Muscle mass may be a really big factor in this equation. Muscle, strength, power. Again, I can't make this up. Authority. Feels like somebody is gaining a lot of power and authority without being bossy. They're bossing up. You know what I'm saying? This ain't being bossy. This is somebody that's bossed up. Somebody that's bossing up. Boss your life up. That came up. Damn, that might have came up last month. Payroll Giovanni. Boss your life up, gang. That, I don't know who's reading that came up in. I have no idea, but boss your life up. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, financially, it looks like you're in a space to where you get to start over. You get to start over, especially if you filed bankruptcy or if you are going through some type of debt recovery or a situation that has really put you in a space where you haven't really wanted to work or haven't felt motivated to get started on anything. That energy is coming back in. Definitely feels like you're finally making a decision to make change happen in your life. But this change feels more emotional than physical. It seems like you've kind of been in a space to where you felt like a lost child, an unsheltered child or a child, you know what I mean? Just like that sense of vulnerability feels like it's been a really big factor here, especially if there's a possible Taurus in this equation, or Taurus season may have been a really big factor, or you may have kind of been in a space to where you may have been mourning a loss more or grieving in some type of way. Or someone may be mourning the loss of you, loss of a connection with you, you know? But it looks to me as if happiness is coming back into your life, career, and financially. It definitely seems as if there's going to be a lot of generosity in this equation. Lots of generosity, lots of gifts coming in, lots of nice offers coming in from the universe. But you may not know like where this stuff is coming from. It's because you manifested this. This is shit that you asked for a long time ago. It just feels like now that you're finally emotionally preparing yourself to handle it, is being given to you. The more emotionally sound that you become and the more that you work through this emotional trauma, the more that you're being blessed with physically, you know? So it seems to me as if you're going to really start to become aware of that over the next few months, because by the month of October, I see this load, this burden being completely lifted off of this person's back. See this burden just being lifted, even if they don't know what's happening day to day, even if they, you know what I mean, they don't really have a sense of control over the physical. They have a control in themselves, emotionally and spiritually, that's going to allow them to maintain a sense of security. You get what I'm saying? This person is getting in tune with their ancestors, their spirit guides, the most high, their deity, instead of trying to connect with people and things on a physical level. And that's what is going to bring in the change that they need. That's what, that's where this change is coming from. So continue to embrace your happiness, continue to be fair, be honest, and have this sense of equal give and take, and do good business, because that really feels like it's going to benefit you. This is somebody who does good business. And because of that, they're ending karmic cycles. They're ending karmic cycles. They're washing their feet with shit that they do not need, washing their feet, cleansing themselves of situations that have been heavy to them emotionally. The emotional heaviness is causing financial setbacks because somebody is cleansing their feet. And again, the bottoms of our feet, I always say that the soles of the feet hold a lot of our negative energy. So if you want to cleanse the bottom of your feet or soak out toxins from the bottom of your feet, even if it's tied into the physical body, that may be a recommendation here from spirit. But it feels like, again, someone is deciding to cleanse their energy. So by the month of October, this shit looks bomb. Shit looks bomb. This is just a matter of not looking over your shoulder. You're having the syndrome of Lot's wife when it comes to your career and finances. Kind of looking back at the what ifs, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, that type of stuff. It feels like that's where you block your manifestation. You look back, you look over your shoulder. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're getting away from Sodom and Gomorrah. God said, don't look back. Whatever the fuck you do, just don't look back. I don't care what you do, where you going, don't look back. Okay? But somebody wants to continue to look back, and looking back is making you salty. You get what I'm saying? Lot's wife turned into the pillar of salt. The shit is making you salty. Stop looking back. Stop looking over your shoulder. Stop looking into your past, because again, it's manifesting old shit in your future. You know what I mean? Hindsight is 2020, yes, but don't keep looking back there to be able, when you know that you already learned the lesson. Just pay attention to where you're going. You know what I mean? That's the biggest advice that I see here. Just pay attention to where you're going. You know where you came from. You know the shit that you're coming out of. You know what you've been through. You know what I mean? But you know the mistakes that you've made, but you've survived those. So let's move forward. Let's make smarter investments in the future. Let's think higher. You get what I'm saying? Let's allow the Most High to come in to help us make better financial investments, make better decisions with our money, with our time, with our energy, with our relationships. You know what I mean? All of that type of stuff. That's what I see happening here. So that looks bomb. Let's see, romance. That looks bomb. Nervousness. It's coming across to me as if you feel like you're creeping away from your happiness, Aquarius. Where are you going? Where are you going? It's like you keep running away from your happiness just to run in some more. And it's like, oh, you thought you was going somewhere? You thought you was going somewhere? Like everywhere that you go, like your blessing pops back out. Like, hey, I'm right here. Hey, I'm here too. And it's like, damn, like I can't get away from you. So you may feel as if you're being watched or stalked by someone, or it's like every other city we go. It's that type of energy, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, like I'm seeing the same people, the same person. Like I just want to be low key. Somebody just wants to be low key, but it feels like they're getting too popular to be low key. They're becoming too well known to be low key, or this connection is becoming too great for someone to keep distancing themselves in it, or to keep trying to ease their way out of it. Because they keep trying to get away. They keep trying to get away, but somebody is about to be all over them, okay? Definitely could be a situation to where someone may have had a little bit of physical freedom and now they feel like they're under a microscope because their partner is always with them. But to me, it's coming across as if it feels like there's a business decision that's being made in a relationship to help bring these energies back together, to help bring a sense of solidarity, a sense of unity into a connection. Because it feels like somebody protecting themselves energetically is really important here. Someone protecting themselves, especially protecting themselves from lies or being taken advantage of financially. That's a huge factor in this connection, because it's coming across as if someone was kind of slithering around someone, hoping, possibly seeing someone as a meal ticket, or possibly being dependent on someone financially, but being very sneaky at the same time. That energy seems like it ceased, or it will be laid to rest very soon, you know, because somebody again is about to be full time, or be in this connection like all the time, or be aware of what's going on around them all the time. Or there may be some type of cameras, surveillance, footage, you know what I mean, to where this person can't just creep out the door, or creep people in, or creep, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't just creep out. So you take that, how that resonates, especially if you have a child that's been running away, a child that's been sneaking out, something like that. It may be a really big factor, because it seems like these energies haven't been able to keep tabs of this kid, keep tabs in this situation, something. And now it's like, okay, these parents, or these people, this parent, this person can have a peace of mind because now they can see what's going on at all times. This feels like a really big factor in whatever this is. So to me, it really seems like for Aquarius that's in a relationship, your relationship has kind of been on the rocks for the past 4 months. Or if your relationship has been on the rocks and this is resonating for you, it seems like it's about to move into a really good space, a space to where you feel like this is everything that you wanted. You have the complete package. You're finally, you finally feel like you can lay your head down. You finally can rest. You finally can de-stress. You get what I'm saying? You finally are getting into a space to where you can have a peace of mind knowing that all is well, especially financially, you know? 'Cause it just seems like you're mourning a loss, or about to separate from something that really means a lot to you. And this could be a job or career, something again that you spent a lot of time, money, and energy into. But overall, it feels like this is going to be for the best. It just, again, here you are looking back, Lot's wife. Seems like you're focused more on what you're losing than what you're gaining in this circumstance. And focus on what you're gaining. Focus on the gains. For single Aquarius, it definitely feels like you may be really aggressive, or someone around you is very aggressive. But it feels like it's because this is a very one-sided connection. Somebody here is trying to close the door while another has their foot in the door. and it's not really comfortable because the party keep having sex. There's still sex in the equation. So it's like, are you really over this? Is y'all done or is y'all finished? But no, they're not done nor finished in this equation. It just looks like somebody is here trying to kind of remain attached to someone even though they don't get along. They want to remain connected to this energy because they want to help. They want to help. And even though they have these really indifferent feelings, or they know that the other party has these really indifferent feelings, it seems like they want to be around to be able to assist in some type of way, to be some type of guidance, a leader, a teacher, a financial advisor, a spiritual, you feel me, a spiritual friend, an associate that's going to help someone really pull themselves out of a depression or very low moods, or pull themselves out of a situation that has really forced them into their shell to where they don't really want to be bothered with nobody. But this energy seems like they're going to keep pushing you away, or pushing whoever this is away, because they really just don't want to be fucking bothered. Somebody is assuming that somebody that is sad and depressed or lonely and shit, and the energy just is a loner. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody is being perceived as being lonely, but they're just a loner. You know what I mean? Or they're being perceived as if they want to be left alone because they're sad. And no, they just want to be left alone because they're in an incubation period. They're going through their metamorphosis, so they're in their cocoon. You get what I'm saying? This is somebody that's in between a caterpillar and butterfly. So they can't pop out just yet, but they're about to. And when they do, they just still want to be by themselves. You get what I'm saying? But it feels like they're going to be flocked with attention, or they get flocked with attention, or somebody continues to blow them up trying to get attention from them. And they kind of are, again, in a space to where they don't like that shit. It's like, let me come to you. Don't call me. I'm going to call you. That's what I see. They don't want all of this attention. They don't want all of this flattery. They don't want to be swept off of their feet. It's like, let me come to you. You know, this energy isn't looking for charm, or looking to, for somebody to be all on their dick. Like, it doesn't look like they're looking for that. They're just looking to chill. They just, you know what I mean? It's like, let them show you that they're interested in you, and all will be well. But somebody's not giving the other party the opportunity to like reach out, or miss me time and shit like that. So they really don't give a fuck. There's just a very nonchalant attitude. This is the most Aquarius shit I've ever seen. It's a very nonchalant attitude, but they'll care if you allow them to care first, or if you allow them to say that they care on their own time, or show that they care on their own time. But somebody is kind of like, do you love me? Do you love me? And it's like, and somebody here is just like, you know what? They'll ignore the fuck out of that. They will ignore that because they're not going to force emotion out of them. They're not going to force emotion out of them because they see that as mind manipulation. They see themselves as being manipulated, or someone trying to take advantage of, their freedom of expression, and their freedom of, you know what I mean, of identity, their identity, or their marital status. So it's like, let me tell you that I like you. Don't ask me if I like you. Don't ask me if I'm attracted to you. Don't ask me what I think about nothing. You feel me? If I don't tell you, don't ask me. That's what I'm seeing. Don't ask, don't tell. Maybe a factor. I don't know. Y'all take this how this resonates, but thank you so much.